Hello, everyone. Welcome and thank you for tuning in to Multilane's ML4054B demo. I'm Vincent Liuzzi, a field applications engineer at Multilane, and I'm here today to show you a quick demo of the ML4054B and what it can do. So let's start off with what is the ML4054B. The ML4054B is an 8-channel, 400 gig manufacturing BERT that can go from 7 to 28 gig PAM4 signaling or 1 to 30 gig NRZ. It has an output amplitude of up to 800 millivolts, and it also has a replaceable adapter similar to an MCB. It also has real hardware FEC, both KR4 and KP4 FEC, and this is the real encoding and decoding of FEC packets. It also has CMIS implementation testing. Now let's take a look at the ML4054B. The first thing you notice when looking at this picture is this adapter connected into the faceplate. Now this adapter is offered in QSFP-DD, OSFP, and QSFP form factors. That means that this BERT will work with multiple DUTs. You can use it for 400 gig DR4, 400 gig SR8. You can use it for 200 gig FR4, 100 gig transceivers. You can use it for DAC cables, ACC cables, and many more things. And you can even use it for different DUTs as long as you swap out for the right adapter. Now this adapter offers everything that you would get in terms of functionality of an MCB. You get access to all the channels of your module, which are connected through these block cables into the BERT. You get voltage supply for your module, which you can either do through the BERT, or we have option for external voltage supply in case you want to do voltage margining testing. And you also get I2C control. Again, we have options through the BERT, or you can set it in external I2C mode if you want to do your own I2C interactions. The best part about this adapter is these block cables connecting it to the faceplate are easily removed. So when the weakest part of the system, the connector, wears out after a bunch of plugs, you can simply remove these block cables, slide out the adapter, purchase another cost-effective adapter, high value, plug it in, reconnect these cables, and you're good to go again. Now that we've taken a look at the hardware, let's take a look at the powerful features that the ML4054B software provides. So as you can see here, I have a QSFP-DD adapter connected to this ML4054B. And you can see from this CMIS tab that I have a CMIS 3.0 module connected. Let's take a deeper look here. So first thing you can see is the identification tab. And this gives you the module vendor. So we can see that I have and part number. We can see that I have a DR4 module in here. You also get the specs of the module as well as the cable information. Additionally here, we have a controls tab where we can see all the control signals and change the control signals. So for example, I can reset the module. And up here in the adapter measurements, you can see the voltage, but you can also see the current go down as I put it in reset mode. And when I turn it back on, you'd see the current go up as it goes back into high power mode, and we gain lock back on all the channels. We also have a read-write tab. And this read-write tab has two features. It has the MSA table, which will give you all the data from the MSA table of the module, or it has single register read-write, which allows you to read and write from the EEPROM with the single register using I2C. The next thing that we should take a look at is the DDM tab. This is the Digital Diagnostics Monitoring tab. And this is where you can see all the module monitoring, such as the temperature, the voltage supply, and some auxiliary measurements that you can put in, as well as the monitor of the TX channels and the RX channels. Now this is a DR4 module, so I have 4 TX and 4 RX. And we can see right now we have good link and good power, which is why everything is green, and we can see the power readouts along with the bias, and we can see the power readouts on both TX and RX. And we see no loss of signal on the RX side. Now, if I were to go disable a TX channel and disable the output, we will immediately see the DDM tab go red to let you know that there's an alarm and something's wrong. We open the tab and we can see that there's no TX power, as well as no RX power and a loss of signal and a loss of lock from there being no signal on the RX side. Now, this is really great because if you're running a test and something goes wrong with your module, you will immediately be alerted by the GUI. Now, because we're in the alarm zone of no power, we get a red alert here. If we had a bit of attenuation on the signal, and it was in the warning zone defined by the EEPROM of the module, this would be an amber color, and you would see an amber alert on the DDM tab rather than the red alarm. I will go and I will re-enable this channel, and we will be able to see lock come back. There we go. And immediately you see the DDM tab goes green again as we have good power and good lock on the signal. We also have controls for the transceiver on both the TX and on the RX side. On the TX side, we have transceiver controls. We have the lane-specific control fields such as output disable, polarity flip, squelch disable, and force squelch, along with the signal integrity controls of the EQ and the data path init control. On the RX side, we also have some transceiver controls, and we have the lane-specific control fields, same as the TX side, but we also have some pre and post cursor emphasis on the SI controls on the RX side. Now, there's a lot more features in this Thunderbird GUI. If you are new to the Thunderbird GUI, I would recommend you go on our multi-lane YouTube and look for the Thunderbird demo with Hanny Dow. My colleague Hanny Dow does a great job of explaining all the BER features, all the FEC features, and SER measurements that you can take with this GUI. And this is the same for all of our BERTs. Specifically, what I've shown you here is the ML4054B specific software controls. One interesting thing to note about the FEC on the ML4054B is because you have the built-in adapter, let's say that I want to plug in my DAC cable or my module and connect it to another module that's connected to a switch. If I turn on the real hardware FEC and I turn on the same FEC, let's say 4x100 gig FEC as I do on the switch, you will get link up between the switch and the ML4054B. And this is very exciting and can help you test your FEC compliance on your module. After looking at both the hardware and the software, you can really see that the ML4054B is an all-in-one solution that gives you all the powerful tools of a BERT, as well as all the powerful tools of an MCB all in one place. On top of all the testing you can do with the CMIS, the DDM tab, the module control, and the BERT testing, such as BER, FEC testing, and SER testing, we also have the ability for temperature testing. This fan here is removable and is perfect to plug a thermostream right on top to do temperature testing. But let's say you want to do your temperature testing in an oven. Well, we also have a solution for that. The ML4054B has a low profile version, as you can see here, and this low profile version has a perfect plug-in to a custom door for a test equity oven that Multilane makes. So Multilane has this custom door that goes into the test equity oven, and the low profile version plugs right into the door. And in this picture, you can see the BERT is on the outside of the oven, and you have the power connection, Ethernet connection to connect to the GUI of the BERT, as well as the clock in and clock out on the outside of the oven. But on the inside, you have the power rated adapter, and you have your module so that you can do temperature testing inside the oven, but still get access to all the great features of the ML4054B. In summary, the ML4054B is a powerful solution that provides strong BERT functionality with BER measurements, real hardware FEC measurements and analysis, SER analysis, along with all the great things that are involved with the adapter from an MCB perspective, such as module TX and RX control, CMS control, I2C control, and diagnostics monitoring. If you have any questions about the ML4054B or anything from this demo video, please feel free to reach out to me at my email, which is on screen. If you can also reach out with technical questions to our FAE team, Or if you are looking for a quote, feel free to reach out to our sales team. Always feel free to reach out because we would be excited to show you a more in-depth demo and discuss your specific solution and how the ML4054B can provide the best solution for all your testing needs. Thank you for tuning in today, and please go look at our YouTube at the other great videos and demos we have there, and have a good day. Thanks for tuning in.